Hello everybody, this is Peter Beckenham, Village Marketer, and today I've got a really good surprise for you. In the Marketers on the Move series, I've got a really good mate of mine, a mentor of mine, a coach of mine, and someone I've always admired, Kim Willis. Good morning, Kim, how are you?
Great, Peter. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And for people watching this video, you can't go past Kim Willis in terms of copywriting skills, and he's a person of integrity as well as talent. So listen carefully what he has to say today, and at the end you'll get some contact details. I want you to reach out to him because it'll be the best call you've made. Now, with your permission, Kim, I'm going to read a little bio of yours because I'm too old to remember it, mate. Is that all right?
That's fine.
All right, here we go. Kim Willis has been an online marketer since 2006, 14 years, okay? He started with affiliate marketing and quickly created a full-time income. In fact, before we go any further, Kim, if I recall quickly, it didn't take you long to replace the income you're earning offline. Is that right?
Yeah, it took me about a month.
About a month. There you go, everybody.
Yeah.
30 days and he can quit his full-time job, right? So he knows what it's all about. Kim remained fully committed to affiliate marketing model for 9 years. And during that time, he sold millions of dollars worth of products and services, and I was one of his customers, so I know that, right? And today, he is a conversion copywriter, okay? Someone who's got a skill that I envy, okay? And he helps turn mere words into attention, interest, leads, and most importantly, into sales. Okay, that sounds pretty right, Kim?
Yeah, that's about it, mate. I'm an old salesman who learned how to apply that skill to the written word. So that's basically it.
And you do it very well. I've got some questions for you. Do you mind me asking?
Yeah, for sure, mate.
Okay. First one, the obvious one. Why did you decide to become an online marketer in the first place?
Oh, right. Okay, that's, yeah, there's a little bit of a story there, but I'll give you the really brief version. I had a traditional high street or main street business, whatever you want to call it. It was in the finance arena, and we're doing property deals. So it's a combination of arranging finance for people and also doing these positive cash flow property deals. A bad judgment call was made about a particular strategy. And that judgment call cost me a lot of money, and because of that, the business started to kind of implode, right? And still had quite a significant overhead. I had 12 full-time employees and huge rent to pay and all the rest of it. And my wife was getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and because she was my partner, my business partner as well. So I just found it was just incredibly difficult to straddle so many boats at the same time because my wife wasn't able to do what she used to do so well. So the business collapsed, or started to collapse, and the only people who were getting paid were the employees and not me and not us. So we needed to sort that out. So I thought, look, I'll look for some kind of a part-time online thing, because this online thing seems to be the way to go, even though I don't know anything about it. So I started looking, and the crazy thing is that the opportunity that I found, it was like an affiliate marketing opportunity. I didn't even find it on the internet. I found it in the paper, in Brisbane Courier Mail in Australia, in the newspaper, buried in the business opportunities section, like 2 or 3 lines of text, very easy to miss because, you know, thousands of other advertisements.
It worked for them.
Yeah, it worked for them. So I decided, okay, I'll give them a call. So I give them a call. One thing led to another. A couple of weeks later, I ended up joining, and it was a high ticket program, and that's why I was able to create a full-time income by the end of that first month, and then it increased by 50%. So by the third month, I was on the $26,000. My third month was $26,000. So I thought, okay, that's good enough for me. I don't ever want to go back into the office again. So my wife managed the winding down of the business for me, and I just kept working from home, and then turned it into my main thing. And here I am, 14 years later. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I was going to ask you what you were doing previously, but you actually already answered that. But in terms of, can I just ask you, just out of interest, prior to going online, you're involved in you mentioned the word property deals. What's that all about?
Basically, what we used to do, we had a property division, and we'd buy a house in one of the cheaper suburbs in Brisbane.
Right.
And then we might do a quick renovation, very quick and low cost renovation. And then we'd offer it as a rent to buy. Okay, so rather than just a normal tenancy, to be a rent to buy, that gives them the exclusive rights to buy the property within a given time frame. But in the interim, they pay a higher rent. So basically, the higher rent sort of covers what we might call an option fee. So the advantage of that is it gives a higher cash flow return for the investor. So we started doing them ourselves, and then people that we knew in the property, or any people that wanted to make money from real estate, they started asking us, how are you doing these things? How are you making them positive cash flow right from day one? And I said, well, I can tell you, or we can help you do them. And so that became another profit center. That's
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for letting me know. I wasn't sure exactly what that was. So you became an online marketer, and you mentioned affiliate marketing, and affiliate marketing has been pretty good to you, right? So my next question, pretty obvious. Why did you stop affiliate marketing? I mean, you're doing so well.
Look, I was doing the affiliate marketing for 10 years. But the last few of those 10 years were a bit of a problem in that there were certain aspects of the industry I didn't like, right? And I kind of started to get these ethical dilemmas and all the rest of it. So, and the other thing is that with affiliate marketing, I mean, I'm not going to complain because I did well with it. I mean, I was in the top 1% of earners, but I don't know, just thought, well, I need to start developing my own stuff, because these companies come and go, and that's in fact what happened. It happened to me 4 times over that 10-year period. Each one of them, yeah, and one of them, Peter, and that was the big one. And I thought, well, you put your heart and soul into working with a company, promoting their products, but you have no idea what's going on in the boardroom. You have no idea. We're like lambs to the slaughter. And I just thought, nah, I can't handle this anymore. I want to develop my own digital assets, my own services, etc. And then I'm in complete control, and I know what's happening every day of the week. So I started by developing some courses. I don't see myself as a big-time course guy because I see myself, like you, being more in the transformation business, and courses don't transform generally. 99% of people.
It's interesting.
We FA with them. Yeah.
A lot of people buy my courses, okay, and excited about buying them and never even start them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had that happen plenty of times. So look, buying courses is a good thing because it gives you background knowledge, but that's not, that's not where I want to be. And
yeah.
I think it's the same.
Yeah. All righty. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's the best and the worst things that ever happened to you?
Yeah. Well, lots and lots of best things.
That's how long's a piece of string, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's so many best things. Meeting a guy like you was definitely one of the best things.
Thank you.
I could be glib in saying meeting my wife, that was the best on the personal side of things. And the worst thing was when she died in 2011. So, but I mean, there are so many different answers I could give to that question. Vocationally speaking, getting started in the online world, that was definitely a game changer. Here I am now in Cambodia waiting for the borders to open so I can go to Vietnam to be with my family. And I couldn't do that in the offline world. I couldn't be, running around Asia and exploring different cultures and doing all that sort of stuff as a local marketer back in Brisbane town. No way. So I'd say from a vocational point of view, that's definitely the best thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, mate, what advice would you give someone today, right, in 2020, starting an online business? And that question is probably going through the minds of thousands of people, right? But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, because you've been there, you've done that, and you can sort of give it to them as a no BS type answer, right? So,
Yeah.
So what advice would you give?
It's a great question. Once again, it could be answered in different ways, but I would say the best thing you can do is to avoid the lure of shiny objects. Mm-hmm. And this is a big one for people in the industry, for people joining.
Guilty.
Yeah. Or look, I've been guilty as well, but you don't. In the overwhelming number of cases, you do not, even if you do make some money, you don't make lasting money. And if this isn't just about making a buck today, it's about what's going to happen in the future, and the income and digital assets that you build for yourself give you the best chance of creating a strong, sustainable income. So avoid, look, I had a guy, I'll give you an example, a really good example here. This is a guy I've been talking to last night, and he's based in Canada. He's a smart guy, he's a tech guy, so he has a tech type of business. He helps people solve their tech problems, okay? And lots of technophobes like me have those problems. And he's very, very good at what he does. And he said to me last night, it sort of gobsmacked me, because he said to me previously, this is his passion. He loves solving tech problems for businesses and, even solopreneurs. And he said, but I'm giving it all up very soon. I said, really? I said, why? Because this is your passion, man, and you're good at it. Mm. And he said, I'm doing this trading thing on the side, and it seems like the money is better than what I'm currently making, doing a legitimate kind of thing, doing the computer stuff that he does. And I thought, another one. Another one being sucked in by the lure of an easy dollar. Mm. And the overwhelming likelihood is that it will fail, it'll collapse, and then he'll be back where he started. Mm. So it can affect anybody, and particularly in these crazy times that we're in at the moment. There's all sorts of scammers and hustlers and just bad people out there luring kind of vulnerable people into their web of deceit. So that's, off the soapbox now, but that's the advice. Avoid those things. Build a real business, because all of those other things, they ultimately fail.
So what you're really saying is, don't get your expectations right, okay? Don't expect overnight success. You need to get off your butt and do some work, right? It's not just instant opportunity, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to learn the skills, and because a lot of people are into kind of instant gratification, they don't want to learn the skills. They just want, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money. Give me this push button easy formula, right? But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work in the offline world. Why is it going to work in the online world? It's no different in that sense.
Good point.
So look, scams are everywhere. People get lured into them. Perhaps lure is the wrong word, because that suggests that the people that join these things are victims. That's not true. These people are seeking out these types of opportunities. So they've got to take responsibility for their decisions. So it's a bit of tough love there, but I'm just trying to save people a bunch of angst.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Money.
That's fine. I appreciate your honesty. But I mean, just one last question on that issue. You said that people need to build a business and not try the fly-by-night or the shiny objects things. Could you just clarify a little bit more about how people could do that?
How what?
How could they actually, in terms of advice from you, what's the best way to get started online? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, well, you can start with affiliate marketing, but why not, instead of looking for the get-rich-quick schemes, why not look for some legitimate products that have a real need and demand in the marketplace, such as tools, various tools that businesses use, and learn how to market those tools. Just a very simple idea would be, okay, this is very small ticket, but you know, I'm an affiliate for Aweber, which is an autoresponder email service. Okay, and you don't make much money when someone buys it, but they'll tend to stick with it for years. I've still got people that join Aweber, that subscribe to Aweber through me 8 years ago, and they're still paying 8 years later. But I mean, there are higher ticket offers out there, but look for legitimate services and product, not a kind of a recruitment scheme, because they're the ones that get into problem, you know, that get into trouble. So real products that stack up in the marketplace, even a product like ClickFunnels, okay, it's a bit expensive, but you can make very good money if you learn the skills to market something like that. It's a bit expensive, but the commissions are pretty good. You get $40 a month for the duration, right? So you get 10 of those, you've got $400 a month. You get 100, you got $4,000 a month. I'm not a ClickFunnels promoter, by the way. So I'm just giving an example. Legitimate tools and SaaS, software as a service type products. That's where I'd be heading, because there'll always be a market for those kinds of things, and they're not based on recruitment.
Yeah.
They're not kind of money-making schemes of themselves. The product will stack up by itself without any recruitment required.
Excellent advice. No,
but the other thing is that if you've got a skill, maybe it's a marketable skill, and then you could turn into a coaching business or something like that. You've got a skill that you've acquired in the offline world. Maybe there's a way of marketing that in the online world. Maybe there's a market for it. Okay, you acquired the skill working for a company, corporation, or something like that. Maybe it's a mediation. You're a great mediator. Maybe you're a great sales trainer or something like that in the offline world. Maybe you could become an online coach teaching struggling marketers how to up their game. I mean, you do that, Peter. So, but it could be relationships. It could be,
Yeah, good point. If you've got a skill, that's a good point.
Leverage the skill. Yeah. That's.
I mean, all I did was leverage the 16 years as a school teacher and 30 odd years in sales. I put them together as coaching. Okay, that's all. Beautiful. Simple.
Yeah, that's right. Dig deep. Look at what you've got to offer. Look at what skills you've got, and ask the question: Are those skills marketable? And the answer is yes.
Is the market viable? Huh?
Yeah, and is the market viable, etc.? Is there a market for it and all the rest of it? And can you make money from it? You ask the questions, and if the answers come back with a strong yes, okay, well then you look at how are we going to do this, and all of that. So then you create a plan, etc. But I think that's a really good one. If you've got a skill and you've got a passion in that area, well, why not leverage your passion and make money from it? Yeah.
Okay. Question without notice, Kim. Can people reach out to you and talk to you about this issue? Because there's a lot of discussion at the moment. Would you mind?
No, I'd be honoured.
Contacted you?
Yeah, happy to talk. I'm very easy to talk to.
Okay. I mean, I know you're a busy guy, but I'm just saying to people who are watching this interview that I would respect the answers that you gave them, because you'll be coming not just from a place of expertise and experience, but also from a place of integrity and truth. And I think that's important. So how do they contact you, mate?
Facebook, Kim Willis, Kim Willis, Willis. That's pretty easy. Okay. Just send me a message or friend me on Facebook, and happy to have a bit of a chat.
And if they're interested in talking to you about copywriting skills or doing so, would you be happy to talk to them about that as well? Yeah,
copywriting sometimes comes at the end of a process. It depends on how far advanced a person is with their strategy. If they're really up there, they're like an 8 or a 9. All right, then we can look at ways to create kick butt content that attracts people and builds your audience and generates leads and all the rest of it. But some people aren't quite ready for that yet, because their strategy is a bit weak. So It's a matter of just having a look and seeing what they're doing, and if there's any gaps there, I can make suggestions, and the copywriting might come later.
Okay. Because in my mind, I wasn't thinking about someone who's just starting out online. I was thinking about someone who actually had an existing successful business, but like to take it to the next level. And I thought one of the best ways to do it would be in terms of utilising your copywriting skills. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. I definitely. If they're at that level, they've already got proof of concept in place. In other words, they've made some money. They may not have made a lot of money, but they've proven it just amongst their own circle of influence. They can attract 10 clients or 5 or whatever it happens to be. Okay, that's a good base. That's a good foundation. Maybe they're at a higher level than that, but the sort of people that tend to talk to me, they've already got a few runs on the board, and they just want to get to that next level. How do I get to that next level? Can I do it on Facebook? Can I do it somewhere else? You know, what's the best way to do it? And often it comes back to the messaging. Improve the messaging. That's one of my mantras. Improve the messaging, and the results automatically follow. You know, so if we get the messaging strategy right, really connecting, we want people to think when they see one of your content pieces, whether it's a Facebook post or a blog post or something else, an email, right? They want to think, oh my goodness, it's like he's talking directly to me. You know, when you get your content to that point, then you know you're on a winner.
Good point. I can speak personally for your messaging skills because you taught me exactly what it's all about. And I'll always be grateful, Mr. Willis, for that. Thank you very much indeed.
My pleasure, and thanks for all the help you've given me, Peter.
Okay. Thanks again, Kim, for sharing your valuable time. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
Okay, mate. Great. Thanks very much. Thank you. Loved it. Talk to you later, mate.
Okay, bye-bye.